Hello and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos. Today we are going to be discussing a topic which can affect or is maybe affecting several people. I'm naming the title of this "The Truth Behind the Lie," and the lie being the words "I'm okay." Now, those words are used a lot for people who are struggling, that don't wish to share it. Like if someone asks you, "How are you?" and you say, "I'm okay," So before making this video, I had some time to think about what I was going to discuss and just think about why I want to discuss this. And so this is what I've came up with, and I'm going to share it with you. So for me, there are certain things which are conversation killers, and they are "I'm good," "I'm fine," and "I'm okay." Those can sometimes be the truth, but in other words, they can be a complete cover-up to how you are truly feeling. So I'm going to hone in on the word "I'm okay." So okay can mean like, yeah, I feel okay, but if I say I'm okay today, I'm not, because I woke up and I'm feeling rather low. So my response to certain people asking questions today would be, if they ask "How are you?" I'd say "I'm okay," but in actual fact I don't feel okay today. And that's what I mean by, once you say you're okay, nobody asks any questions. So yeah, it's just one of those things that we need to delve into deeper. It's like, and with the way that I've understood it and that I'm going to share with you today, I want to kind of unpack that with you all. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the word "okay" and I'm going to flip it round. So instead of it being okay, it's going to be saying KO. Now, KO is obviously a boxing term and is used when a player is knocked out and beaten down to the floor and can no longer get up, who is struggling, who is in pain, who is just given up. And sometimes that's what we can feel inside as, a true feeling, that we too are knocked down, we're beaten, we're scarred, we're hurt. So the word "okay" turned around can be actually, the feeling inside you can be a KO feeling, like a knockout feeling, that you use it just to not talk to people about your emotions, about your feelings, and that's I think what this world does. And the world also being me, I know I am very bad by saying "I'm okay" to people. So that is something really difficult, because it can very much be a lie, and for me it is, majority is a lie. So yeah, if you do say you're okay and you do feel like you need to be honest, people, I always get the sense people don't care. If you genuinely tell them, "I feel shit today, I just feel absolutely terrible," they won't listen, they don't care. But there are people in the world who do care. I care, I don't want people to feel in a low state. I know I'm in a low state, but I wish for other people to, support people and, know the signs of like, okay, if someone does say "I'm okay," just ask them as like, are you truly feeling okay? Or, I am here if you, for instance, aren't okay and are just using this to cover up your pain. It's knowing the signs of saying like, okay, and just being observant and aware of everything around you. And yeah, it's just one thing we have to look out for. So yeah, that's that point. And I think also another conversation killer, or this thing that you can block a conversation from happening, is the word I'm good and I'm fine. Again, it's the same way of saying I'm okay. If you use it in like the sense that you are struggling. Saying I'm good, I'm fine, when in actual fact some of you might not be feeling fine. You might be feeling terrible. You might be feeling that the whole world is on your shoulders, your struggles, your pains, your scars which you carry, the loss of strength that you have, your depression, whatever you're suffering through, even me, I do struggle. Even, I used to go on walks. Literally, it was only a few months ago I used to go on long walks. Now I don't even have strength to go on a half an hour walk at times. So it's that motivation of just saying, it's like, come on, man, just, you can say I'm good. You can put a fake smile up, but in actual fact, that's not you, And for me to say that, it's not easy, because I know how it feels to force a smile. I know how it feels to say I'm good, I'm okay, because in actual fact I'm not, So, but it's no way of starting a conversation really. It's like, how you doing? It's like, I'm good, yeah, sure. And you always go that tiny pitch higher when you see people. It's like, hi, or like, how are you? I'm good. All these things. It's like you do a pitch higher so you don't sound like your average mood that you actually are feeling within. Like when I pass people in the streets, on a walk, when I do, a short walk in the morning, I say hi. But on like the journey part that I'm not seeing them, I'm in myself, my true self, in the state and mood that I am in. But when I pass them, I either say good morning or hello, and then I drop back into my mood that I felt in, previously, before interacting with the person. So it's that of like, we tend to cover things up from other people, and then when we're on our own, it seems to be blown up, and it's exposed to yourself. Even if you have struggles opening up your emotions to your family and stuff, that can happen too. And it's these difficulties in life that, if we are struggling with, we need to find coping mechanisms to get through these things. And it's just not an easy way of getting through. I think it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort to fix certain things, and this one being a really difficult one, because it's so used commonly now that it's become a norm, so that everybody says it, so you just expect it to roll off everybody's mouth. It's like, oh, how you doing? It's like, oh, I'm good, I'm okay. It's like, I'm doing fine. There are people telling the truth, and people are actually doing fine, they are doing okay, but there are a majority or a bunch of people who are lying, and that's not a bad thing, because they don't want to maybe share their emotion or feelings when somebody says they are okay and they are fine, so they project that of that strong character which is not really there, but they project that so to not affect the other person's mood by saying, yeah, I'm doing good, I'm doing okay as well. My way to like saying I'm getting through life, that's what I say. It's like I'm trying my best. It's like how am I doing? I'm trying my best. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through life. That's what I would like to say to people. And it's really difficult for me now to say I'm okay, because I'm not. I feel like I'm distancing myself from the world. I want to get help. I need help, and I'm seeking that, but I need to seek that within my own heart. And it's only once you realize, the pain and suffering that you are feeling, that by saying I'm okay, it's like adding a scar. I'm fine. When you're not fine, it's adding a scar. I'm good. You're not good. Just, don't lie about it. But at the same time, you feel within yourself, it's like, I don't care if I'm going to cover up this dark cloud that I'm living in with just this joyous outlook so that nobody can see it, whether that's a smile, whether that's, fake laughing, or just, opening your eyes and, looking more lively, because I can sit like this, being open, but this is not me in a good state as of today. So, but I'm not gonna use this channel to project something that isn't real, and I'm gonna give my total and honest moods, because if people do feel terrible, be open about it. Just why hide it? Why should I hide and pretend to be somebody I'm not, just because I'm sitting in front of a camera, speaking to you all? It's learning these steps. It's like, no, I'm not saying you guys have to make these videos. I didn't really ever think that I would be making these videos, but I do now know that it's needed. It's like today I was like, oh, I'm in such a terrible state. It's like, I don't want to do it. But the second thought was like, this is the best time to do it, because I'm alone in this house, and I find that difficult. I use music, I blast it through the speakers to drown out silence, because for me, I hate silence. I hate darkness. Because every time I feel that, I just feel like there's a dark cloud looming around me, ready to beat me down and to literally knock me out. Because I'm easily changed when things are dark or the atmosphere isn't right. I can sense things very easily. So yeah, it is one of those things that we've got to be aware of. It's like everybody has their own coping mechanisms. Like even today, I have a PS4. Do I want to play it? No. But do I have strength in my legs? Do I have strength in my body? No. And that is difficult because I want to be strong, but I can't. But yeah, I won't share with the world, even by saying I'm fine. Like, how did you sleep? I'm fine, I slept good. Did you know? It's like, or did you just have a rough night and just trying to push it aside? I didn't have a good night. I woke up at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and I couldn't get right to sleep. And now I'm physically drained because I couldn't manage to get back to sleep, and now I'm tired and in a state of lowness that I can't get out of, but I need to find my way out of it. So whether that is by using music or using my talents of cooking, of drawing or writing, or even making these videos, because sometimes I don't even hear myself anymore. I hear some very inspirational things that I too need to hear myself. So these videos that I make for you guys also help me get through my own struggles, and and I think it's very helpful. So, but yeah, if you're ever feeling upset, sad, broken, bruised, in pain, then I don't think I've ever found a coping mechanism, especially because the idea of this is an internal feeling of people don't care. I was meant to leave this for another video, but this was specifically meant for certain people, but men are supposed to be seen as strong. We're supposed to be seen as fighters. We're supposed to be seen as people who don't have struggles. And yeah, we do struggle. But in the world it's portrayed that we men are strong, that we are, that we can't have struggles, that we are, the superior, like we have to always be happy, we always have to provide, we always need to be on our A game, and we can't complain. Whereas like now I'm saying to the world, it's like, men do have the right to struggle, and men do struggle, and it's a sad thing that's been pushed aside, because men really do struggle sometimes. And when you hear of another suicide or anything, or seeing someone hurt, or just anything in general, it's a difficult thing to take in, because it's like that brother, that person who belongs on this earth has died, or is beaten down by struggles that have, because being a man, we should be able to, or being men, we should be able to express our emotions no matter what they are, especially if we're sad, especially if we're lonely, especially because even in a group of people, I felt this, by going to college before, or in high school even, no matter how many people there are, no matter how many people you're surrounded by, even in a group, you can feel lonely. And that's really difficult, but it's in group activities like that can help people, but it's ensuring that everybody gets their say and gets is heard. I think that's, if I was to ever, using this platform for people to create groups wherever you hear this, that it would be able to have an area where you can just sit together and just discuss, men or women, just be open. And because if you lay things on the table in front of you and get it off your chest, you're gonna leave it there. It's such a relief, such a great feeling to say, like, no, this struggle stays here. My brothers and sisters around me, and I tend to use, brothers and sisters, as other people, because, we're one family on this world. And that idea is like, I'm not the only one struggling. There's hundreds and thousands more people struggling in this whole world. But it's like, what can we do in supporting each other through our struggles? And I think that's a very important thing. So, instead of saying, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fine. Obviously you can assess it in your own situation, but just try to understand and try not to hurt yourself by saying that. And if you do have to say that for whatever reason, make sure it doesn't affect the rest of your day or your evening or your night, because that's when things, that's, if it gets to you, then you will fall down, you will feel even worse than you did when you've realized that you've lied, but again, this is my struggles, and it's like, if anybody's feeling that pain, it's like, yeah, know that I do it too, know that many other people will do it as well. But we should be more open, we should talk, we should speak up, we should be heard, because if we are all struggling in this world, there will never be joy, there will never be light, and I think especially in situations like this where people are not coming together, not speaking, even I remember in primary school we used to have circle time where everybody would, or show and tell, where everybody would either, talk or share something, and it would be such a great thing. Now imagine if we created a support group, or support groups were created just to come and sit together and just discuss our issues and our struggles, because and just be one with the fact it's like, it's okay not to be okay. As the saying says, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way, you know. So I think if we live and listen to that quote, which I think is a great one, especially for this, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. And in that factor, it's like, if we're not feeling, in other words, I think it's like, if we're not feeling good within ourselves, it's okay to feel that way, but we cannot stay that way. So that's, yeah, I think, take it and you know, assess it for your own life, you know, and find your own way through it. But if you can, once you've found your way through it, whether in whatever way that you can, then go and search and help others if you can. And because in getting help, in you helping yourself, and or by receiving help or doing a personal, you know, support for your own self, then, you know, try and locate other people who are suffering, because it's only then can we stand together, truly creating groups of people who can then share their problems, know that they are accepted, know that they are loved, know that they are cared for, know that they are listened to. Because I'd rather people be who they are than be who they're not, and rather than those people being what they're not, you know. If you feel upset, if you feel, you know, broken down, just be honest and don't let it hurt you, because it's not worth it. It really isn't. So I hope this has, you know, has helped some people out there. I do ask, if you do enjoy these videos and they do motivate you or do give you that sense of, yeah, I really heard, even if it's 1 or 2 words that I mention, if they help you, just please let me know in the comments. Please like this video if you did, and please subscribe and share this channel with as many people as you can, in order so that we can maybe help everybody in this world who needs it. And yeah, so stay strong and be you, your true self, always.